Hey guys, Nosejob here, and these snozberries taste like snozberries. Okie dokie, doing a little something not Minecraft-like this time. Um, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to start a series reviewing games from the X&A Marketplace, and if you don't know what that is, that's just a fancy word for the indie games marketplace. And to get to that, if you don't know, you just go here, you go to Browse Games Indie, and what we're going to be reviewing today is a pretty sweet game called Dungeon Adventure. And before I get too insanely critical, this is a very good game. It's a roguelike, and if you don't know what that is, I suppose you can look it up. It's like NetHack, Ancient Domain of Mysteries, um, Crawl, Hack, Angband, all the other spin-offs of Angband. There's a lot of roguelikes out there. And basically what that is, it's an RPG. They're usually based around, some kind of dungeon crawling. A lot of them are based directly from Dungeons and Dragons. And the thing that makes a roguelike is the fact that you only get one shot. Once you die, your character is dead, done. You can't bring him back. He's just gone. Well, there are ways to bring him back, but that is very much frowned upon. The way you're supposed to play it is you get one shot. After that, you start over a whole new character. And before I get into what is wrong, I guess, not necessarily wrong, but what makes this game, in a way, inferior to the other roguelikes out there. First, I just want to say that this is a great game, especially for somebody who is brand new to roguelikes, because it is very simplistic. Whenever I first saw this on the marketplace, I thought there was, no way this could work with a 360 controller, because generally, roguelikes on the computer, you have to remember a ridiculous amount of commands. NetHack is one of the worst. Angband isn't so bad. They have a very intuitive way of incorporating the commands into a menu, and it has the key binding beside it, so you can learn at your own pace. But this is very simple, which is a good thing for somebody who's new, but at the same time, it means you can't do as much. Another thing I wanted to point out is this game does come with a tile set. I don't know, some people like to use them. Some people think that just ruins the whole game. Personally, I like tile sets. That's just me. Some people think it detracts from the game because the whole point is it's not supposed to be intense on graphics. It's supposed to be based mostly on imagination. So a lot of people think a.k.a. is the only way to play games like this. I'm not like that, but there are some elitists out there. Okay, so when you start, and this is one of my little peeves about this game, you can choose your character or have like a random character. Alright, this is where we kind of have the first failure. You see, you get all these classes to choose from. Yeah, it doesn't really tell you anything about them. Most other roguelikes, Angband is really good about this. Your classes, it'll show the stats beside and how it will modify your stats. Like, a knight would probably have +4 to strength and constitution, stuff like that. But this, it doesn't really tell you much. There are the obvious things that you can deduct from this, but it doesn't it doesn't help you out too much, especially if you're new to stuff like this. And then again, the race, I don't know if this even actually has an effect, but for most roguelikes it does, and once again, it doesn't tell you anything, so let's just human knight, sure. Gender, really never matters, and it shouldn't. And then you get your character, and this is just the tile that you look like. This guy, he looks knightish. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, we can start. And so you start off in a dungeon, which is how all roguelikes start. Another really cool thing is you can use the right stick to zoom in and zoom out, which I like that a lot. Not a lot of roguelikes do that. And we got some potions. And see, these are the stairs. That's yet another thing I don't really like about this. You can only go downstairs. There are no upstairs. So you better make sure you explored every single level of a dungeon. I'm not exactly sure if this dungeon has infinite levels or not. Maybe, I don't know. But like, oh, see, here we have an enemy. And to attack an enemy, you just move into it. This is another cool thing they have. If you press B, it brings up this thing called Sure Move. So you can use your left stick to choose which direction you want to go, and that's very nice for attacking things diagonally. See, if I'd walk up, then he'd already get a hit on me first, but this way I can get the first hit and the bat is dead. Of course, things are going to be weaker than me at first, and this is an emu, even though it looks like a friggin' bald eagle. I don't know. Tile sets aren't really much to worry about. They always look strange. Another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but dungeons are randomly generated. That's another key feature of roguelikes. But the generation on this is really derpy. They have scrolls that allow you to unlock the whole map so you can see where everything is. And once you look at the full map, you'll realize that there are some rooms that you can't even reach. And I've even had times where I would go down the stairs and end up in the little room, and then it'll have downstairs. But every door I went to, it was just a dead end, so I couldn't even explore that level of the dungeon. And that's something that kind of peeves me. Like most other roguelikes, right bumper is your inventory, by the way. You don't know what potions or scrolls do until you use them or use an identify scroll on them. Just for fun, we're going to read this. This is... oh, here we go. This is an identify scroll. See, there you go. So you identify green, that's a potion of healing. Good to know. I see you get a lot of dead ends like that, and that's common in roguelikes. It's usually not that common, but there it is. Another thing, there's no traps, which are like a staple of roguelikes. One really cool thing is you can hit X while aiming in a direction, and it does a little fast move. I really like that. That's extremely handy. And we have another dead end. And you just hit the left bumper to go down the stairs onto the next area. Oh, we have different colored walls. I've never seen this. I've been playing this game a good bit and never saw walls this color. But anyways, alright, so we picked up some rings. You try them on and it'll tell you what they do. And sometimes it's good to be careful about this. I don't really care about this character, so it doesn't matter. But you want to be careful about that because some items are cursed. And so that's one thing you really want to watch out for. See this diamond ring, ring of defense. You can equip up to 2 rings just like in most other games. You have food rations because you do have hunger and eventually you'll get weak. One thing I don't like about this is they have an inventory size. The way most of them do it, you have a certain amount of weight you can carry, and whenever you go over that weight, you're over encumbered up to a certain point where you just can't move, you have to drop stuff. But when you're over encumbered, you get hungrier quicker. You can't do things like push boulders or whatever, which that doesn't even happen in this game to begin with. But alright, I guess that was a ring of agility. Cool beans. What else? There's no shops in this, which that isn't a big deal. A lot of them don't have shops or anything. Gold is, well, at least I don't think there's any shops, but in some games like NetHack and stuff, gold is mostly, it's kind of part of your score, I guess you could say. But anyway, it's still a really cool game, even, you know, after its downfalls. Oh, I just almost missed the biggest part. There's no skill or spell system or anything like that. That's another thing that really bugs me, especially when they have wizard as a class. Because I tried that, didn't find any spell books or anything like that, which most of them have. But still, this is, for an indie game, they've done a roguelike extremely well. And if you're new to it and just don't even know where to begin, then this would be a good game to start you out with. That way you don't have to learn a ton of commands and everything. It's just pretty much a dungeon hack and slash, plus it still has the a.k.a. tiles, which are kind of fun to get nostalgic with. I'll just show you how that looks really quick. They look kind of weird on this, like the resolution, but you still get the point. There's potion, there's gold, plus signs are doors, pound signs are just whole areas that you can actually walk, halls, I guess you could say. But yeah, so you get that little nostalgia there, and this level wasn't very exciting. Yeah, okay, so you get the idea. With everything being said, even with its downfalls, it's still definitely a good game. I mean, don't take everything I said and just be like, oh, I'm not getting this. It's only, I honestly don't remember how many points it was now. At the most, it was $3. So, I mean, that's what you buy a friggin' cheeseburger for, you know. It's definitely worth the money. Having said that, most other roguelikes are completely free though. So yeah, but if you don't have a computer or something, or you're brand new to roguelikes, this would still be the best way to get into it. Like I said, it's still a good game. It just doesn't necessarily live up to its predecessors. All that being said, I'd still give it a 7 out of 10. And I'm not like a professional review guy, whatever. I believe all forms of entertainment are subjective, so the rating that I give any game on here, that is my own opinion. That is what the game is to me. So for you, this could be a 1, this could be a 10. I mean, just main thing I could say is go try out the trial. It's completely free, and if you like it, get it, you know. I'm just trying to bring out some of the indie games that I think are actually good, because there's a lot of just horrible ones out there between the Minecraft clones and the Japanese sex games and Avatar games. You know, it's horrible. You have to search through hundreds of, you know, piles of crap before you find anything decent. So anyways, that was the first episode in this series. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time.